Previously on Hello There, I showed you how I made this wall shelf battery caddy. And now I'm going to show you how I turned this catch-all storage room and turned it into my new guest room with this bed from Semi-Exact. Let's go. First things first was cleaning everything out. I mean, I couldn't start without getting this mess situated, so I made 3 piles of either toss, donate, or sell. The bed I got rid of on Facebook Marketplace for free because my cats decided to turn it into a scratching post. And then after a while I realized that I can't make this bed without some help. Hey buddy.
Oh, hey buddy.
I was wondering if you could help me out with something.
Yeah, no problem. I'll be right over.
Sweet. Thank you, dude. See you soon. Bye. And a few days later, he shows up in my kitchen helping me with math and also doing all the heavy lifting while I cheer on, and then helping me pick which board goes where. And then we decided to work on the headboard first. Oh my god, that's f***ing genius! Why didn't I ever think of doing this?
That's what it's for.
I thought it was just for my roof!
Oh, friends. There's so many things to learn.
Semi-Exact comes with the dimensions for a regular queen size bed, but I wanted to turn mine into a day bed, so we had to reconfigure everything. And that means using 110 inches of length for the headboard. Also, my mattress is 16 inches and not the normal 12, so that's pretty high.
Drop this one in first.
Just to pull it in?
Exactly.
So we created the main headboard and then added wings to give it a wider length than the actual width of the bed. Or would it be length? I don't know. Then we took some 2x6s and planed them down so that they would act as supports for the back of the headboard because it's so massive. What are we getting?
Tacos, baby.
Day 2 consisted of wrapping up the headboard and then starting on the base. I bought a total of 4 sheets of plywood and I've used 1.5 for the headboard alone, and now we're using another 1 and another half for the base. And after we've marked everything for the base, we started to cut. Now, because it's so long, we use the other piece of plywood to use as a track guide. I will put all the dimensions onto my website, hopefully soon, if it hasn't been done already, in the link below inside the description box. The part that I'm cutting off right here is actually the wing of the base to basically make a little nightstand next to the mattress. And now we're laying everything on the floor to make sure that we've cut everything to the right size and trimming down some pieces to create the apron for the legs to sit against. And I just want to point out how easy it was to actually build this under Erik's guidance, because he was able to show me how to create using only job site tools, because I don't have all the fancy equipment that most people do. Cutting to size everything based on where the seams met up so we knew how to build our apron for structural integrity, and using my feet as clamps. So now that we have the apron built, we're marking out the spots where we're gonna pocket hole everything so that it can attach physically to the base. And I'm doing it myself because I wanted to do it. And well, I kind of needed Erik's help, but I thought I did it.
Why do we even need you?
I know, right? What are we even doing? Crushing.
That was just sweet, poetic justice saying that.
I wish.
Anyways, back to work. We're just finishing up putting in all the pocket holes so that we can drill it back as a dry fit to make sure that everything will work. Basically how the apron works is we put it along all the seams so that there's a structural base for the entirety of the base. And once all that's attached, it's time to attach the legs. Now we're putting it flush against the apron, flipping it around, and then grabbing the headboard portion of the legs and attaching that onto. However, the legs for the headboard were actually too long to fit within the apron, so we had to drill it outside of the apron. Which is fine because the nightstand covers it anyway.
Oh, there's no give in there.
After our impromptu dance break, we took the headboard and placed it onto the back headboard leg area and realized that when we drill into the wood from the back support, it wasn't going to hit all the holes, so we had to add this support system for the backrest to hit into when we drilled it into place. And the original design had it flush, but we raised it up an inch so now cords can go through in that little negative space. And now we're just taking the router and using a chamfer bit to soften up the edges so I don't hurt myself or others. And fun fact, this is my first time ever using a router, so yay! Okay, so we built everything as a dry fit in the backyard. We couldn't get it through the back door from my backyard because of this narrow hallway. So the only solution that we had was to go down the side stairs where Erik initially brought the wood up, go around, go through the front stairs, up the patio, and then through the front door onto a blanket and slide it into the room. Why we did not videotape any of that? Because there were so many great and hilarious moments where honestly we got stuck and had no idea if this was going to be able to go in the house. I fully contemplated on just having a bed in my front yard. But Erik had an idea. First off, we disassembled the whole thing, and so we carried it down in 3 different sections. So 3 120 pounds worth of wood. But my stairs go up, pivot, and then come this way. If you've ever watched Friends, pivot was a big component in moving this, and also carrying it above our heads and using this as another leverage. I really wish that we got it on camera, but we did it, and we were dumb. Here's Erik building it right now, putting it back together. Next time there are shenanigans, everything will be taped. So if you've been following along on any of my Instagram stuff, you'd know that the height of this was actually really massive, and so I cut it. So instead of being 4 feet, I did it to just above 3 feet. And I also did it inside the house because I didn't want to take it apart, bring it back outside, only to bring it back inside. So vacuuming my huge mess that I made, and then having to make a phone call. Say hi.
Oh boy, howdy.
I have a question.
What's up?
Okay, so remember how the bed is, we're using finished ply?
Yes.
So, do you think that the paint that I got would just adhere to it as is without me sanding it down first? Or should I take some 300 and go over it lightly?
Really lightly.
Lightly?
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't know if I could just go on, because it feels like too slick that the paint will just kind of flake off.
Giving it a little bit of tooth is going to help.
Okay. Thanks, dude. Bye.
Crush it.
That was Erik. He says hi. So as per his suggestion, I took some 220 and my orbital sander and just lightly sanded everything just to get it a good grip. Then I took a pencil and lightly sketched out how I wanted the lines to look, and then hated it, so I wiped it away. So I did something on the computer instead and loved this design instead. After finally going through and picking paint colors, I bought the paint and decided to paint away. There's no rhyme or reason on how I wanted this. I just wanted it to look very organic. And so I just went with the flow. I did 2 coats of the sage and rust and then went over it with white because I wanted to wait and make sure that it was completely dry before I did the white since it's such a lighter color. And also I added this turmeric color just to give it a little more pop, and finished it off the next day where I went over any areas that were a little sparse and any mistakes that I had made. And painting in white pants is very dangerous. Also, after that had completely dried, it was time to add some polyurethane to seal everything, just to make sure that nothing would get rubbed off. And I used a satin finish because the wood itself has like a slight sheen, so I wanted to maintain that. We wait 1 hour, and then we'll do another coat, just to play safe. So I did coat 2, let that dry, and then it was actually time to put the bed together. So this mattress is an extra deep mattress. It's, I believe, 16 inches in depth, so it's fairly high. And because of that, I needed to add a wedge in the back so that there wasn't this gap, because anytime I put pillows back there, they would fall through the cracks. So I stuck a piece of rolled up foam behind there, put my fitted sheet over it, added the flat sheet, and then did the burrito roll for this extra large duvet. If you've never done the burrito roll for your duvet, it's a game changer and sorcery. Also, I had to buy an extra large king size duvet and comforter because normal ones wouldn't fit. I had to get this 120 by 120 just so that it would cover all edges on the side. And now we add our pillows to fix the bed and see how now the pillows don't fall in through that crack, or you know. Also, how does one style even these throws? I don't get it, so I just threw it on there. But can we take a moment to look and appreciate these legs? And look how cute the headboard came out. I mean, you really can't tell with all the pillows, but it's done. The bed is finally done. I think I'm going to sew my own pillows, but for now, it's good enough to use. I can lay back, relax, watch some TV, and if I get tired, I can just pull up the blankets and the pillows and climb into bed and take a little nap. Also, anyone catch my cat? There's still some things to do, like adding curtains. I'm gonna redo the walls and then fix the dresser. But other than that, this bed's done and I couldn't be happier. So excuse me as I nap. Thank you so much for staying and watching, and if you like what you saw, then don't forget to hit subscribe, and don't forget to like too. And I will see you next time with the next build, which will probably be the dresser. Alright, bye!